Sir, you have raised the pain of Kashmiri Pandits also in your judgment. What was going on in your mind that time while writing this judgment?
So one is the legal principle. One tackles that legally. All five of us did it in a legal way. There may be some divergence of view which I have taken on the whether any sovereignty existed, what time it was extinguished, but that's a matter of process and time. The second part was out of some experience of mine, which is that there should be an end to this conflict. It's a social aspect also. How to bring an end to the conflict. We saw 1947 as a partition, which so many people suffered. It took a generation to relive it and start their lives. They started, went ahead, the next generations may have forgotten. They have known about it as history. But they know what has happened. Yet they proceed further. Similarly in Kashmir, 4.5 lakhs people were compelled to migrate. Their story was never fully told, nor remedy given. Army was brought into force because it was a warlike situation. Army has its own ways of operation, logically so. And in the whole process of controlling law and order, excesses may have occurred on the people who were living there also. So you have two sets of aggrieved people and that's why I have talked about state and non-state action in which people have suffered. But if we have to proceed further, and I believe are proceeding further, then to put a quietus to the issue, it is necessary to at least acknowledge there is something wrong. So the person or whose family has suffered must feel that, look, our pain may be 30 years old, but somebody recognizes that we went through this pain. Or if it has happened in 1990s of the people who remained there, they must also feel that what went wrong in this process of controlling law and order should be recognized and our pain should be accepted and recognized. That's the philosophy behind the South African module, which was not based on punishment basis or a retribution basis, but was based on an acknowledgement of the wrongs which had happened and in a way a system of apology for what had happened.
Sir, you are from Kashmir itself. So what was your experience before this all things happened?
So people have lived in a very assimilated manner for years together. It's a very peaceful society. At time of independence, even Gandhiji said that it's a promise of hope how Kashmir is. But I believe that from 1980s onwards, something was going wrong. Maybe it was not anticipated, maybe at ground level it was not felt. And then the situation started getting a little more worse post 1987 elections. And it exploded in 1989. So from a place where people were staying in assimilation to such kind of divide, maybe something was not anticipated. Some misjudgment calls occurred. But having taken place, the very sovereignty of the area was in question. And therefore very harsher steps became necessary, including calling in the army and the paramilitary forces. There were resistance, so some things have happened, and before that the en masse migration which had taken place. So that's what I said that nobody has been able to yet pinpoint why it occurred, why something should have occurred differently. And it is time to look into it, acknowledge it so that such incidents don't arise in the future and we move forward from where we were.